Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here, coming at you with another set of Starcraft 2 commentaries. And today I'm going to be doing a couple games between these two players right here. DieStar of the clan Empire, Team Empire rather, and he's going to be playing against sYz. I can only imagine that's how it's pronounced, sYz, of the Starcraft Legion clan. He's going to be at the top corner, or top, it's kind of a corner here, the top part of the map. And today I am pulling out all the stops with production value. I am using the Blizzard fancy schmancy little animations, and I'm also using a program just called Alpha Caster, or it's just an alpha version of a casting program, that was put together by Akaya, so I'm going to link to that in the video description as well, so I can do cool stuff with that, such as this. In the top we have sYz playing in the green Zerg, and in the bottom here we're gonna have DieStar playing as the Terran player. Isn't that cool? Anyway, this is the map Terminus RE, by the way, and looking forward to, I don't know if I've actually casted any games on Terminus RE before. It's a very, very large map, one of the newer GSL maps, and so, whoops, let's go ahead and follow this drone here as he scouts around. He's not gonna do anything interesting. Let's just check out this barracks building. Yeah, I don't know if I haven't done too many games on these new GSL maps, so I'm excited to do that. I've obviously watched a ton of the games. I've watched pretty much every game in the entire GSL, and the Team League, and the World Championship games and stuff like that. By the way, the World Championship team match was off the hook. Totally insane. You guys should go check that out if you haven't already, by the way. In any case, so check that out. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Hopefully that's showing up on the screen capture. Got the little readout at the top here with the alpha casting program that Akaya made. Anyway, so DieStar is just getting a marine out here pretty quick. He's getting his gas and his orbital relatively fast. And I'm a little bit surprised by that on this. Well, he's got his barracks in a position where he can put an add-on right here to complete his wall. And he's exactly going to do that. And this drone is going to be able to go over here and see the tech lab before meeting its death. And so that's pretty much all it really needed to see was that tech lab. He's probably going to expect some kind of a scouting reaper, a harassing reaper. So he might want to get, well, he's going to want to get his queen out pretty soon regardless. But he's just going to have to be prepared for that and make sure he positions properly. It might not be a reaper. We'll see. There's the reaper. All right. So in any case, this is another set of matches. This is from the Craft Cup, the recent Craft Cup. And I actually couldn't figure out where in the Craft Cup it was from, so I'm not sure if this could be the finals, it could be the first round, I have no idea at all. But, yeah, this is kind of another round in my attempts to, I'm sorry, I missed, where'd that Reaper go? Where's the Reaper? Where'd he go? I can't see him. Oh, okay, there's the Reaper. We'll follow the Reaper. This is kind of another one of my attempts to kind of familiarize myself with some more players that are very good, and I just don't, you know, I follow the Korean scene, I follow the North American scene to a lesser extent, but I don't tend to keep up on Europe, so I'm trying to kind of check out a couple guys that are really, really good, really top-level players in Europe, and see what they're up to these days. That Reaper's going to encounter a couple Zerglings and get 2 free kills as they run by, and is probably going to be able to go up here into the main and check out what's going on. The Queen should be aware of this. I'm not sure why he's just kind of camping outside here instead of running in and trying to at least see what the Zerg player is doing. They may be waiting for an opportune moment, maybe waiting for the Zerg to be at a point where they're going to try and pick their tech pattern. But anyway, this Overlord might come in here and try and scout also, see what's going on in DieStar's base. So DieStar is a Polish player, by the way. He's kind of one of these players. Ooh, a second factory going up, by the way, for DieStar. And he's kind of one of these players that, you know, you never really see him winning anything huge. He's not in the TSL. He's not anything like that. But he's really taken a lot of, I won't say minor, but lesser well-known tournaments. He's gotten golds and silvers in a ton of Craft Cups and in a ton of, you know, Go for SC2 Cups and, you know, little kind of stuff like that. Speed is almost finished, but even on creep, these Zerglings are not going to be able to correctly deal with that Reaper. Goes in, just snipes a couple Zerglings, and then gets out of dodge. Not bad at all. Spine Crawler going up at the front, possibly because he doesn't know what to expect. It's always good to have that Spine Crawler there. So in any case, I'm really looking forward to seeing what DieStar can bring to us, and he is going for some Blue Flame Hellions, which should be very interesting. And a starport as well, so he may try and drop them into the base, although starport's a little bit late for a quick drop. Lair has just gone up, so now we're going to see what sYz is going to be up to, what his major plans are. He's getting a lot of gas, actually. Four geysers, so he may be thinking, maybe thinking of going for a Spire Tech, and that is exactly what he's doing here. Here we got a Hellion, a few Hellions that are almost Blue Flame upgraded, and this Reaper just still chilling out here with 4 kills on it, 4 free Zergling kills he's gotten so far. And here it comes in, and those Hellions protecting that Reaper here. They're going in for the kill. Blue Flame is not quite upgraded yet, but it will be as soon as by the time they get to the drones, basically. It's that close to finishing. Now, he is going to be going in here fairly soon with these Hellions, I think. Maybe not. He might wait for the starport to go. Okay, here he goes. He's going to try and run by. Nope, he's not going to try and run by. It looks like he's making a medevac. I guess he's going to wait for that medevac. He may, in fact, drop in the main and then try and run by on the natural at the same time with a ton of Hellions. And they do have the Blue Flame. He does have a lot of Hellions here. I believe that sYz knows this is coming. Spire is almost completed. It's not quite going to be up in time. He's making a lot of speed Zerglings. If you can micro speed Zerglings properly, you can surround Blue Flame Hellions, and even though they are Blue Flame upgraded, they don't quite kill them in one shot. And if they're surrounded, then their shots go all different directions, and so they don't actually, kill the Zerglings that quickly. And where is, let's see, that medevac is almost here. Eight Mutalisks are being morphed though right now. He spread his creep really well, so the speed Zerglings are going to be able to do pretty well. Oh, the Mutalisk not quite done yet, and here's comes, he's just gonna, oh my god, he's gonna ferry 7. Wow, he's gonna ferry 7 up there, and the Mutalisks are about to pop. The Hellions have a very brief moment where they're gonna be able to get damage done before those Mutalisks wipe them out. They're going for the Zerglings. He might just want to run his drones out of the way. The Zerglings coming in are gonna trap them. Oh my god, so many Zerglings being roasted all over the place. Is he going to be able to get the drones as well, though? He gets a few drones, not a ton, and actually a very wise move by sYz to just let his drones keep mining, because, you might as well just let him keep mining at that point. They're going to not clump up that way. And now the Mutalisks are out. +1 weapons is halfway done. DieStar is plenty prepared for this because he's gone for these 2 factories early on. He's got 2 Thors out. I kind of like this. He's almost got defensive Thors at the moment. He's making 2 more. But he's got 1 Thor at each expansion. And he's got an eBay, but no turrets up just yet. Here comes some... Yeah, there's just starting up with the turrets. Here comes those Mutalisks. They might be able to just magic box this Thor and kill it off, though. SCV's going to try and repair it. Are they going to be able to repair it in time? The Glaive Worm's killing off SCVs. The second Thor pops out. Beautiful timing on that second Thor. Is he going to be able to save that first one, though? SCV's going down. 6 hit points, 0 hit points for that Thor. And the Thor does go down. He loses a few Mutalisks, though, in that attack, and really only, well, he killed several SCVs as well, actually. Harassment not quite as bad. You can see on the resources lost tab that the Zerg player has lost a little bit more, especially just because he lost so many Zerglings in that attack. But starting to produce more Mutalisks and Zerglings as well. By the way, I apologize. I am still sick, by the way, so if my voice is a little bit nasal or something like that, if I'm a little stuffed up, I do apologize. Hopefully I'll get over this pretty soon here. Anyway, so DieStar has a few Thors out. I like that move, getting the Thors out. That's basically going to make him a few Thors with several Marines. It makes him immune to almost infinite Mutalisks. No, not almost infinite Mutalisks, but a lot of Mutalisks. More Mutalisks than sYz could have out right now, because basically against Marines you want to clump up your Mutalisks and focus your damage. Against Thors you want to spread them out. Against both you can't do both. And here he comes in. He's actually going to probably take these out pretty quickly. The Thor is a little bit out of position, so he is going to be able to take out 1 Thor again at the cost of a couple of Mutalisks. And he does force a cancel on that expansion, though, while getting his own 3rd base up here and a 4th base on the right side of the map. So sYz is looking really good right now. He's actually kind of starting to take control of this game. If we look at the income tab, he is behind on harvesters, though. So even though he has these extra hatcheries up, he doesn't actually have the drones up. So he needs to start droning up those bases pretty well. And he has map control right now, so I'm not sure why he's not droning up a little bit more. There's not really much chance of DieStar moving out with just the units that he has right now. So sYz really could stand to just make a round of drones with all of his larvae, and he would be fine. In any case, he's just patrolling around with these Mutalisks. Overlord's just chilling over here. He also got some scouting in with that, and so he saw when he did run in with those Mutalisks, he did see that there was going to be just basically biomech. There wasn't a ton of factories, there wasn't a ton of barracks, a little bit of each. And he is going to start droning up. There we go. 9 drones being produced. Infestation pit. Comsat going down. I think he might have seen those drones being Maynarded, so he may suspect that there's another base somewhere. Mutas coming in are going to take out some turrets. Thor gets a shot off. Look at that, and that is the power of the Thor. It's just one shot damaging a few Mutas in the area. He's going to take out all these turrets, but that Marauder is really, really excited to run right underneath those Mutalisks and just taunt them because he can't do anything about them. In any case, he may suspect that there is another base somewhere, and he doesn't know quite about it yet, but again, he probably is going to suspect at this point. And lots of Zerglings in the middle of the map as well. That is why he can't really move out right now, because he needs you need a lot of bio to deal with that many Zerglings. That many Zerglings are going to do pretty well against siege tanks. I mean, if they're sieged up ahead of time and you're attacking into them, then Zerglings obviously get wasted, but only if they have support. If they don't have any support, ground support, then sure, you lose half your Zerglings on the initial attack, but then, you know, once you get all the way past the initial, you know, attacks, then the Zerglings just splash the heck out of the tanks, make the tanks splash each other, that kind of thing. So, they're going to be pretty good if he moves out right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at some upgrades for a moment, shall we? Let's see here. Zerglings still at 0-0. The reason I mention is because I noticed that we got +1 armor about to finish. Combat shields are about to finish as well. Whoa! Huge flock of Mutas coming down here. That is a lot of Mutalisks. This one's starting to get to be a scary number. Engaging these 3 turrets, he's going to lose a couple, but he's going to destroy those turrets pretty quickly before the Terran Marines can come over here and combat them. Thor, a little bit too slow. Miss out on their chance with all these clumped up Mutas. Let's just go ahead and check here. Yeah, lots of Mutas. 26 Mutas on the map right now. Creep being spread out pretty well here. He really needs to maybe start thinking about adding another creep tumor on there, though. He's got to have extra queens around, and even very, very high-level players cannot keep all of their queens at 0 energy or less than 25 energy. So he might want to think about putting down some extra creep tumors. A lot of tanks here as well. Very, very interesting. He's producing additional tanks, starting to get the extra upgrades for armor and weapons for this infantry there as well. So, and I like this sensor tower. Very good sensor tower. You can see, actually, in a second one goes up as well. So he's got vision. If any Mutas come in or anything like that, he can see them coming ahead of time and try and move those Thors and Marines there ahead of time. I mean, the turrets are basically just there to delay until, Jesus, that is a large group of Mutas. He can just destroy stuff very, very quickly. He might even just go ahead and take out the sensor tower. Sensor tower showing things. He doesn't quite react. Okay, he does react. He comes in here. Now that they're attacking the turrets, he's going to come in here. A lot of damage being done, though. He can basically one-shot those turrets. He's going to destroy several SCVs. He's going to try and power down this orbital command. Marines rushing in there. About half of them got stimmed in there, but he does take out the orbital. Beautiful move. Takes out that orbital. And I like... oh, man. So, anyway... I'll talk about that in a second. He's coming in here from the side, though. He's going to try and take out these Thors while the Marines are in the main base. Beautiful play by sYz. It's going to take out both of those Thors, and all those tanks are going to go down super rapidly. Very, very quick. Marines rushing. Where are they? There, the Marines finally coming out, but not before. Oh, man. A ton of tanks get destroyed, and we are looking at 186 supply to 156. Still, he might have been actually maxed, actually, because he just lost a lot of supply in units there. He's moving out now with a clump of Marines and tanks, and, oh, man, this is just such a paltry force compared to what it should be. Corruptor's in play as well. Is he getting a Greater Spire? Yes, he is. Greater Spire is about to pop, at which point he can morph these Corruptors into Broodlords. He might want to get them out of the way or get them over to the side of expansion or something like that if he wants to. It looks like the Terrans decided he might have been trying to max off those 3 bases and then just push out with that, but he might be thinking about taking this 4th base instead now and trying to push out off of that instead, because he lost a lot of stuff with those Thors. And I was just going to say, it's kind of when you have a sensor tower there, you can uh-oh, he's got a, never mind. You can see this little red dot. It's sometimes just fun, kind of almost humorous to keep a few overlords in the enemy base inside the little ring of the sensor tower, just to kind of mess with them, make sure there's some red dots, keeping them on edge, keeping them on their toes. Broodlords are coming in here, gonna go after these tanks. Now the Broodlords are basically designed to, whoa, why am I, oh, okay, I can't, oh, there we go, okay, sorry, having trouble moving around here. The Broodlords are designed to make those tanks unsieged. I mean, they're going to be very good against Thors and Marines and such anyway, especially if they have ground support. And that is ground support right there. Oh my gosh, we're going to see a huge crushing victory here any moment for sYz. As soon as he has the opportunity to engage with all of his forces. There's a few Thors on the ground now again. But here he comes. He's going to try and stim and run in and kill off those Broodlords. But the Zerglings and Banelings do move in. He's going to lose all those Zerglings. The Banelings are going to just smash the orbital. I'm sorry, smash the planetary, kill all the SCVs, and then go in for the Marines for seconds. And that was huge. Absolutely huge. Wow. I cannot believe the Terran actually held most of that. And I think, you know, his entire army would have been wiped out if... Oh, here's those Mutilisks coming in, though. He's still got this... Oh, I totally missed it. He went in and actually popped that orbital. Wow, nicely done. In any case, yeah, he probably could have wiped out the whole army if he'd gone in with all those Banelings against the Marines. But instead, he did just decide to take out that planetary at the 4th base there. Make sure he can starve the Terran out. Taking out this orbital, starving the Terran out again. 2 starports are out, so he's starting to produce some Vikings. He needs to make sure not to overproduce Vikings, because there's... I don't think there's any... Actually, any Broodlords on the map anymore. Let's see here. Yeah, no additional Broodlords on the map, so... Vikings aren't really going to be worth anything at this point. Uh-oh, a lot of Banelings morphing there. More are already there. He's going to make sure... Oh, no, this is going to be an absolute slaughter. And that is it. He even uses some Banelings on the Thors. The rest of those Banelings do finish, and they're going to come in here and wipe up the rest of the Terran army. Mutilisks, looks like most of the Mutilisks got destroyed in that, but there are so many ground units left over that it is just ridiculous. Wow, that was huge. In any case, so the Terran is basically now just gonna have to hole up in his base and got no money left. It looks like, excuse me, it looks like DieStar here is probably going to go down in this game. If you look at the income tab, for instance, yeah, 76 harvesters, 1,900 minerals a minute coming in for the Zerg player sYz, and that is pretty much all she wrote. And wow, this is gonna be very paltry Terran force running around. A very, very good. I mean, it was a good effort by DieStar. It was, you know, he did a really good job of turtling. It was just that one situation where the Marines came back to fight the Mutas here, and the Mutas circled back around and killed all the Thors and half the tanks. That was pretty much it, because that was so impossible to come, almost impossible to come back from something like that. We got Zerglings, random Zerglings running around all the towers just to see what they can do. Little Terran army's going to come in here and try and snipe expansions. Now, this is the one way that Terrans can get back into the game in this sort of a situation, is by just being very mobile and sniping expansion. He's going to kill every drone at this expansion and go for the hatchery. Another round of Mutilisks has been built up, but they're going to be delayed in the middle. They are not going to be able to save this hatchery at all. If he can snipe this hatchery as well, which is going to be more difficult with those spines there, but if he can snipe that as well, then Terran might actually be able to somehow sort of come back into this. I mean, you can see that the Zerg income has just gotten cut in half. He's still got some minerals at his 3rd base, though, kind of within his major area there. And not for long, though. Here comes that medevac, dropping those Marines back out onto this expansion. It looks like he's going to again go for the drones. I don't think he's quite going to be able to get the hatchery. Actually, the Mutas are out on the map. Zerglings and Banelings out on the map as well. He might be able to get this hatchery. He's at least going to get the queen, and maybe... No, he's not going to get the hatchery. Not quite. He's going to try and power it down. Zerglings and Banelings coming in, and Wisely is going to lift off. I'm not sure what those Mutas were doing over there, actually. There might have been a Marine or 2 left over, but he really should have been dealing with that medevac instead, which is now finally going to go down. DieStar, GG's, without any income, basically, with very little income, rather, and leaves the game. Very, very well played. Nicely done by DieStar. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. GG.